Hey, it's Sri here. In today's video, I'm going to talk you through 3 spiritual principles that are going to help you to maximize your chances of saving your marriage that's on the brink of a divorce. Now, before we dive in, I just want to let you know that, look, I'm here to support you and help you in the best way that I can. You know, marriages are the most difficult experiences when they're not going well. It can bring up pain that, you haven't experienced before and pain that you just don't want to experience again. But often it can be really difficult to navigate your way through. So if you're in a place where you really have no idea on what you can do or what you need to do in order to move forward and progress with your husband and also within yourself, then I just want to let you know that I'm opening up a few spots to my Authentic Relationship System training program, which is an amazing program geared towards not only helping your marriage, but helping you to heal from within. So all you need to do if you want to figure out if this is the right thing for you is just click on the link below in the description section. It says book a call with me. Just click on that link, choose a time that works for you, fill out the short application form, and I'll call you at the scheduled time just to see where you are now, where you want to get to, and how we can bridge that gap in the shortest possible time. And make sure you hit the subscribe button below so that every Mondays and Wednesdays you receive access to my latest videos teaching you specifically about how you can improve your marriage, how you can heal from within, how you can really awaken that goddess within, and really learn some specifics about male psychology as well, because I'm a true believer that there are some fundamental differences between men and women in terms of the way in which they communicate. So make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can get access to all of those videos. Now, in all the years that I've been doing this work, I've always been fascinated by how is it that some people are able to create extraordinary changes in their marriage or their relationship, and then others really, really struggle. What's the reason? And I often look for practical strategies that are there that you can begin to apply immediately to create those shifts. But I'm also a really big believer in the unseen stuff. Now, if I look at my life and I think about times when things are going well, it's often when I'm in a really good place mentally and emotionally. If I'm in a good place and I'm feeling great, that things tend to flow. When I'm not, then things tend to deteriorate a little bit. And I know it's probably the same for you as well. And it got me thinking that there must be some other forces at play that allow people to experience the shifts and the transformation that they're looking for. And equally, there are forces that ensure that people don't experience the transformations that they're looking for. So what I'm going to do today is I wanted to talk you through 3 principles, 3 spiritual principles that I believe are key to allowing you to be able to create the shifts that you want, not only in your marriage, but in all areas of your life as well, especially if you're looking to try and experience success in health and business and careers and all of that sort of stuff. I truly believe that these spiritual principles will absolutely allow you to experience massive shifts in your life. The first principle I want to talk about is to surrender the outcome to your higher power. Now, I'm not here to tell you what your higher power is or what to subscribe or believe in or anything like that. What I am here to say, though, is that when we can actually place our faith in a higher power, whatever that is for you, there's a certain peace that comes within. There's a certain feeling of, in this particular moment, I can't control this outcome. And I know that the forces that allow planets to revolve around the sun and embryos to turn into babies over 9 months, I know that that particular force can take care of my own problems as well. Now, does that mean that you just kind of sit back and do nothing? No. It just means that you're detaching from the outcome. You're saying to yourself, okay, look, I know that this is what I want over here, but I trust that that higher power that I believe in is going to support me and guide me for my highest good. And when you get that sense of intuition or that guidance that you're looking for, then you need to act upon that. But I find a huge problem that a lot of people run into is that they feel like they need to control every little piece of the puzzle. They need to know exactly what's going to happen every step of the way. And what that does is it forces us to step into what we call our masculine energy. And we end up trying to control every little thing. And when we try and control every little thing, we're actually getting in the way of the solution coming to us. I always remember reading Michael Jordan's book, and he talks about how he would allow the game to come to him, and then when the moment came, he imposed his will on it. rather than trying to control the outcome of the game from the very beginning. Because when we try and control it from the beginning, you come from a place of fear. But when you come from a place of faith, you allow yourself to just relax and stay in the moment and ensure that each step that's taken is in alignment with what your intuition and the guidance that you're getting from that higher power is. So as I said, I'm not here to tell you whether to believe in Christianity or Judaism or Islam or any of that sort of stuff. It's all about whatever your higher power is, you want to truly place your faith in that higher power and truly surrender the outcome, which in other words is giving up attachment to those results. When you give up attachment to those results, it means that you're coming from faith. When you try and control an outcome because you're scared of what the outcome might be, it means that you're coming from fear, and faith will always win in the end. So make sure that you really begin to apply true surrender, especially when your marriage is on the brink of a divorce, because there's a lot of things that are out of your control. You can't control your husband, and this is where we want to truly surrender it, to trust that this is actually serving us for our highest good in the long run. Even though that might be painful to hear, we have to trust that it is. And then that way, when we step into a place of faith, the right outcome is going to occur for all concerned. Now, the second principle is to understand that the challenges that you're going through are actually helping you to raise your levels of consciousness. Now, as we're going through challenges in a particular marriage, I understand that it's extreme pain. But we've got to remember that this is actually helping us for our highest good. Now, if we look at it this way, let's say you're an individual and you're living in a lot of anger right now. And not just now, but it's been a common theme throughout your life. You might find that this particular challenge that you're going through in your marriage is actually helping you to grow and to become the best version of yourself. Now, how is that happening? Well, if we're living in anger, we want to remember that a better place to live in terms of our center of gravity, would be a place of acceptance or a place of peace or joy or happiness, whatever those positive emotions are, rather than constantly being in that place of anger. So then as we continue to work on ourselves and go through the depths of ourselves and really peel back the layers of the onion in order to improve, what actually happens is that we end up going from this place where we're living in anger all the time to suddenly we're living in more peace or more faith or acceptance and so on. So we've actually elevated our levels of consciousness. We're becoming a better person. We're really connecting in with our true authentic self. And you couldn't have had that experience and that ability to grow on that level if you didn't have these challenges in your marriage right now. But it only happens when you look at it from this perspective. If you're only looking at it from a perspective of, he's hurting me, how could he do this to me, I can't believe he's gone and cheated on me, then you're always going to be in that mindset of pain and hurt and anger and resentment. And not that you're not entitled to feel that way, because I truly believe that. We've got to allow ourselves to be human. But at the same time, if we live in that place forever, then you're only going to be suffering within yourself. So what you want to be doing is making sure you recognize that you need to raise your levels of consciousness and see this as an opportunity to do that, to find true joy, to find true happiness. So recognize that this principle is so important to your fundamental growth as a person. Now, the third spiritual principle I want to talk about was the concept of mirrors. You see, we don't have relationship problems. We often have problems that are reflected in the marriage. I remember years ago, I was having some real problems with a former boss that I had. And this particular individual was extremely domineering and extremely angry a lot of the time. And I used to really struggle with that. It used to bring me down a lot. And initially I was thinking to myself, I'm going to file a personal grievance on that person. They can't get away with this sort of behavior, etc. And initially that was my reaction, because I wanted them to go down. I wanted them to be punished. They're not allowed to treat me like that, etc. Because I was a nice guy and I don't believe I was deserving of that treatment. But then I looked at it a different way. And I realized that it wasn't just that person, but lots of people in my life that were treating me in that way. I noticed patterns right across the board. And so once I noticed those and I recognized, okay, what's the actual teacher here? What is that person actually reflecting back to me? And I realized that what they were actually doing was reflecting back to me parts of myself that I needed to develop. And as I developed those parts of myself, what happened? That person started to shift. I became a better version of myself. I was able to hold my center a lot stronger, because before I was just a little bit of a pushover and people would just treat me in a certain way. But now I was actually feeling a lot more centered and grounded in myself, and I can actually speak my truth and be really, really open and honest in a really classy way. And that resulted in that person starting to shift. And the same applies in marriages, relationships, professional relationships, whatever area of relationships we're talking about. The other person is always reflecting aspects of ourselves that we need to work on, even in really, really difficult situations. Now you might be sitting there going, well, hang on, my husband's really abusive and, verbally abusive and so on. So how is that reflecting things back to me? Well, it might be teaching you to set boundaries, to develop the boundaries as best as you can at this moment in time, and so on. There's many complexities to the whole process, and we have to recognize that. But as you understand that all relationships are a mirror of our own selves, then we actually can start going deeper and create even greater healing within ourselves. It's an amazing thing when you start to look at relationships like that. It truly is a game changer, but it requires some introspection and some deep dives into your own self in order to create the healing that you need to. Now, I know sometimes this can be pretty complicated and you don't know if you're doing it the right way and all of that stuff. And, I know how difficult it can be, because believe me, I've been on the receiving end of a lot of these challenges, and I'm kind of going, all right, hang on, what's the right way of doing this? Is this the right approach? Am I doing it right? All of that sort of stuff. And, uncertainty is a big factor when we're having to work on ourselves. So that's the reason why I've created my program, the Authentic Relationship System, which is there to help provide you with more certainty, more clarity, and also provide you with the support that you're needing in order to move forward on your journey and really create the healing from inside. I really believe in these principles to be able to create proper transformation from within. And as you do that, you raise your vibration, you shift your energy, and good things really start to flow into your life. It's amazing. It really is transformative. And the beauty about the work that I'm talking about here is that it's not just about short-term band-aid fixes. We're creating long-lasting changes in your life, true transformation, where you're actually able to not become a different person, but really reconnect back to who you are at the very core of you. Because if you're like a lot of my clients and the people that I've worked with, the chances are that these challenges in your marriage and your relationship have basically taken you away from who you really are, that you feel like you've probably lost yourself a little bit, if not a lot. And so my program is here and dedicated towards helping you to create that massive transformation and really find yourself again. Now, my program is not for everyone. I am very, very strict about who I work with, because I want to make sure you're a good fit, not just for me, but also for the community as well. And so all you need to do is just in the description section below, there is a link which says book a call with me. Just click on that link, choose a time that works for you. There's a short application form that I need you to fill out, and then we'll jump on a call together at the scheduled time just to understand where you are now, where you want to get to, and how we can bridge that gap and just see if this is the right fit for you. If not, it's totally okay. We'll go through and make sure we give you a couple of tips and tricks in order to move forward. If it is, then we can work through all the details and help you to progress on that front. So I really, really thank you for watching this video. If you've liked it, make sure you hit the like button below. If you want to get more videos like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button. It really, really helps me to get this message across to more people and serve other individuals who are going through challenges in their marriage. And if you want to learn how to heal your emotions to save your marriage on the brink of divorce, make sure you click this video above. And if you want to learn the 3 mindset mistakes that I see people make when trying to save their marriage, just click this video above. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll talk to you in the next one.